Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I'm discussing perhaps the stupidest thing I've ever heard a company do, almost ever. The Electronic Software Association posted on the E3 website, the public website, under the helpful links, ironically, 2,000 media contacts, YouTubers, just 2,000 people's personal information. I'm talking about all of the information they provided during the registration process was leaked to everybody. And when I say leaked, like I said, it was just under helpful links as a download link. It's right freaking here. It's not a vulnerability like they said. Nobody hacked the website. Nobody pulled any sort of scam. Somebody who works at the ESA that was setting up the E3 website, for some fucking reason, put this list there as just this easy thing to download. I don't understand how that sort of thing happens. I really don't. That's such a huge oversight. That's such a huge thing to screw up on. And somehow, first of all, it's crazy that this is even a thing. Like, people have been able to download it. There have been a bunch of people out there that have reported, oh yeah, I was able to download it. Thankfully, no one has been doxxed yet. No one's had a bunch of weird harassment happen. But in the age of the internet, that is a thing that a lot of us content creators and media people are terrified of. I mean, being doxxed is one of the scariest things that anybody can think of, because there's so many crazy lunatics out there that they might harm you. I don't know. I mean, you don't know what people are going to do if they find out where you live, if they find out your phone number. I mean, they could find out where you work. They could completely ruin your life just because they don't like you. And there are a lot of people that don't like content creators because we are very opinionated, and for some reason people are allergic to opinions these days. If you have a different opinion from somebody else, you better not post it, otherwise you're going to get a lot of hate mail. You're going to get a lot of people that hate you just because you have a different opinion. And it's, of course, the most immature, stupid people on the planet that feel this way, but those are also the most dangerous people because they don't have the common sense to go, oh, that's somebody else's opinion, I don't agree, but whatever. No, these are the type of people that are going to go out of their way to ruin the lives of somebody who's literally just expressing an opinion about a video game, for fuck's sake. One of the least important things on the planet. And yet this is what you're focused on. So this huge leak, a lot of people are saying this is the end of E3. Dreamcast guy said E3 is doomed. And it seems like E3 has already been dying. And this really could be the nail in the coffin, which is sad because I love E3. I really do. I find it a really fun event. I love all of the announcements. I love the shit show that goes along with it. It's just this great time in game. It's like the Super Bowl of gaming, and it's literally the only thing we really have when it comes to this grand spectacle that we can all watch. Because you could argue there's PAX and a bunch of other gaming things, but if you can't attend those events, they're not nearly as big, to watch online, or it's not as big of a news dump as well. That's not where the announcements are made. And I know Sony wasn't at E3 this year, which really did bum me out. And I don't know, it felt like there's a huge section of E3 missing. One of the big three was not there. And they didn't even do anything. There was no big Sony news dump. There was no excitement around the PlayStation. I feel like that would have been the best time to start talking about the PlayStation 5, because Xbox is already talking Scarlet. PlayStation needs to step up their game instead of these small little media events where I have to watch somebody's handheld camera from the audience to see what's going on with the PlayStation 5. I want to know what's going on with Ghosts of Tsushima or whatever it's called. I probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. But I want to see all of this new info. And I love, like I said, the spectacle of it all. I mean, the huge arenas and the light shows and the presentations. And I get that this is all just marketing, and they're trying to plug us into the hype train and sell us games. And you know what? I'm completely fine with that because I can see through a lot of it. And a lot of it is just so over the top, it just becomes hilarious. And those moments where I'm laughing are some of the best moments of E3. All those cringe compilations, all those flubs, all those honest developers they just throw up on stage and they're just talking about their game. It's so interesting to see a game at E3 and then a game actually launch. It's just the whole thing about it. I just love it. So the fact that it really is at risk of dying, not just because of people pulling out Nintendo's not there anymore. They do their own Nintendo Direct. I know I didn't say Nintendo was missing because they really aren't. They have that huge presence on the show floor, and they still have the Nintendo Direct around E3 press conference time. So it feels like they're still there, even though they don't have their conference there. Also, another reason why they're doomed is because of GDPR and a lot of these new laws that protect people's information. Now, I know GDPR is a European thing, but the fact that 2,000 people's info were leaked, 2,000 people had their info leaked, I bet a bunch of them are from Europe. And each time you screw up on GDPR, you can be fined up to 10 million euros. That's about $10 million. I'm not going to do conversion. It's probably a little bit more than 10 million. That is huge. That's insane. So if they really are going to be sued, and there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are talking about filing a class action lawsuit against the ESA just because this is just such an egregious, ridiculous mistake. I mean, how did this even happen? It's a public link to download it. And what's really frustrating is the fact that they talked about a site vulnerability in their quote when it was really not. It was just right there. You made it available to download. Nobody had to go out of their way to do anything. It was just right there. And I don't understand the purpose of it ever being there. I don't know where in the website it was supposed to be, but why would it ever even be on the website? This is some private list that should be held offline on an Excel sheet, and that's it. Should never be made publicly available. The only place it should be is maybe in their own cloud, but even then that's too risky nowadays. Why wouldn't they just have it offline? Why the hell would they post it on the website? It's ridiculous. So with the amount of people looking to sue the ESA, with the amount of people that were probably based in Europe on that list that can just enact GDPR from the leak, I don't know if the ESA would be able to survive that many lawsuits. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of companies bounce back from stuff like this, but when it comes to an already slowly declining show / expo or whatever you want to call it, and a company or an organization that, I mean, sometimes they're for us, a lot of times they're for game companies, they're lobbying for, stuff that we don't want, microtransactions, loot boxes, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if E3 will survive or if we'll see a new one because of this. Maybe they won't be able to afford to put it on anymore. Maybe the game companies involved will go, look at how unprofessional these guys are. Maybe we'll just do our own thing from now on. Maybe we'll just have some Xbox event at this date. We'll have a PlayStation event at this date. But the PlayStation events have sucked, by the way. I feel like there's no really big information dump that I'm excited about. The PlayStation Directs have been awful. They've just been terrible. They've been the most boring presentations. You can tell they looked at Nintendo Direct and went, oh, we're going to do that. They copied it almost exactly, minus any of the content or the fun that is had in the Nintendo Directs. There's no personality from the Sony ones. You don't get that. We came to know and love Reggie. We came to know and love all the different people. Iwata was awesome. All these people that are, I don't know, it just felt more personal when the Nintendo Direct. Because it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be direct to you. And PlayStation's doesn't feel like that. It feels disingenuous. So it's going to be sad to see, well, if this whole thing does fall apart because of all these different lawsuits between Americans and Europeans, and who knows who else is going to be suing. And the fact that I'm seeing people that I even watch talk about suing the ESA means that there are plenty of other people that are thinking the same thing. That's a lot of lawsuits. I don't know what organization would be able to withstand that. I don't know the money that they're raking in. I don't know how it works. I don't know if game companies have been paying a ton to the ESA to support them when it comes to laws. So it will be interesting to see this whole story develop, and I will keep you all posted as it develops. If you guys give a shit. If you don't, whatever. This is the story about it. And I'm sorry if your info was leaked, because I can't imagine how, nervous you must be at this point, because who knows how many people that list has gotten out to. Thank God I haven't gone to E3 in a couple years. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you guys think about all this whole situation in the comments. Is E3 going to be doomed? And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys. Today I'm drinking straight up just regular orange LaCroix. Pretty delicious. I sometimes prefer tangerine more, but I guess right now, I don't know. Orange is pretty good. If you mix it with vodka, it's really good. Did an experiment with that recently. Just put a couple shots, poured the whole can. Really good. Really good. PlayStation, the PlayStation Classic, speaking of Sony and PlayStation Classic video will be coming out soon. I have gotten it hacked successfully, added a bunch of games. I have a lot to say that I have not seen in a lot of other videos when it comes to the hacking process, so I'll probably make a hacking video as well. I'm going to do Is It Worth $20 video first. I feel like that would be a great video for people now and in the future when it continues to go on sale for about $20. I don't know if it's on sale right now, I'm going to be completely honest, but I keep seeing it go on sale on Amazon and Best Buy and sometimes Walmart for $20. So I'm going to make that video probably today, and the podcast, not going to be super late this time. Don't worry, I'm going to be working that today as well. So that will be early access for all patrons tomorrow. So thanks for holding on, and look forward to those videos.